All right, Texas Tech has their new head basketball coach. They stay in the family. They elevate assistant coach Mark Adams to the head coach position. Obviously, Chris Beard left for the University of Texas, so there was a vacancy. Many of the current Tech players lobbied for Adams to be the guy. He's the architect of that famed defense that they play in Lubbock that has been holding opponents down and grinding it out. Texas Tech played for the national championship the last time we had a championship game. And oh, by the way, he's also a Texas Tech alum, which will certainly make some boosters happy. Let's get our guys in. Tim Doyle and Avery Johnson. Avery coached at the University of Alabama. I mean, we obviously know him as an NBA guy, but also a college coach. And Tim was an All-American at Northwestern. Coach, I'll start with you. What do you think of this hire when you hear that they're elevating and that it's Mark Adams in Lubbock? You say what?
A little bit surprised because this could have easily been Grant McCaslam, from North Texas, who did an unbelievable job with North Texas. They upset Purdue in the first round. I had that game. So I'm a little bit surprised. But at the same time, if you look at the athletic director's shock that Coach Beard decided to take another job in conference, what was the best path moving forward? I think he just wanted to keep it in the family. Nobody really knows this program like Coach Adams. But the one thing I want to tell Coach Adams is do not bring your son, Luke. He's the coach at New Mexico Junior College where I went to school. Unbelievable young coach. Leave him at New Mexico Junior College. Go hire another staff, but don't hire Luke.
Yeah, we just saw this with North Carolina. They promoted from within with Hubert Davis, and I actually felt North Carolina dropped the ball. They should have went out and hired Chris Beard. But when something's not broke, and it wasn't broke with Roy Williams there, obviously they were winning games. They kept it in the family. And Chris Beard having Mark Adams on staff, now you're able to keep that continuity of your team, hopefully, in place, because that had to be his biggest selling point. He recruited these guys because the reality is now in college basketball, not only do you have to recruit high school players, you have to recruit your own players, keep them around, keep them happy. We've seen mass exoduses across college basketball landscape. Grant McCaslin's a fine young coach, but it's like starting all over again. You bring in a new coach, who's going to be on your roster? So Chris Beard, I think, is a generational type coach, and I believe that when I say it. I think he has Brad Stevens-like qualities. That's why I think North Carolina dropped the ball, maybe being a little too narrow-minded, but keeping it in-house, Eric, it makes sense.
Yeah, you say keeping it in-house, and you have to look kind of narrowly. Let me follow up on that, Tim. The golden rule, he who has the gold makes the rules. And for a long time, the kids didn't have any gold. But now with the transfer portal where they can just up and go, they get a little say. They have a little gold. They can leave if they don't like it. The players lobbied hard for this guy, and this guy got hired. Are those two things, how related do you believe them to be, not just necessarily for Texas Tech, but sort of in the new world that we live in, that you got to listen to the kids before you hire a coach?
Well, the current environment, go check out the transfer portal. There's 42,000 kids that are transferring this year because if you don't know, seniors are allowed to come back to school and play. And some of the seniors are like, I don't want to stick around here. And whether it's Texas Tech or whether it's Texas Pan Am or Texas or Grand Canyon, no matter what college, they're going to have that flexibility. So I think more so now more than ever, the volatility of the kids with the transfer portal, this is probably the safe bet. That way you keep things in-house, you keep things intact. But, yeah, the kids are starting to have a lot of power. And as a former player, I'm kind of happy because there isn't a whole lot of money going around to the players. There's a whole lot of money going around to the coaches, a whole lot of money going around to the schools, a whole lot of money going around to the conferences. So the players, the kids don't have a lot of power. But in this scenario right now, they do have some power.
I think this move was about connectivity, not just with the players. I've sat in that seat for 4 years. It's all about the relationship that you have, not only with the student athletes, but with their parents. the AAU coaches, the high school coaches, the workout coaches, the cousins, the aunts. It's all about relationships. And I think they want to maintain those relationships that they've built with all of those folks around these student athletes, that they have their tentacles in these players. They wanted to make sure that those folks were always welcome on Texas Tech campus. And they didn't want to start over with a guy like Grant McCasland. So this is all about comfort, also with an administration. You're talking about the athletic director, a president, a board of directors. Who are they comfortable with? Who can send that message and deliver that message about Red Raider basketball in Lubbock, Texas? You're not talking about Austin, Texas, or Dallas, Texas, or Houston, Texas. You're talking about as far northwest Texas as you can go. Lubbock, Texas, close to Amarillo, by the way. So I think this was a safe hire. Hopefully they'll give Coach Adams some time, and hopefully he'll be a long-term solution for the Texas Tech Red Raiders.
All right, so Mark Adams is the guy. He is an alum, currently on the staff as an assistant. You know, you move over 18 inches in the seat, but that's a lot more than 1.5 feet when you move over and take in and fill those shoes of Chris Beard. Well done, gentlemen. Let's take a look and meet the new coach of Texas Tech. There he is. I mean, this is not like, you know, Loyola hired a 29-year-old, right? There's different ways you can go. This guy has been a coaching lifer. He has succeeded as a head coach, as an assistant coach, and the architect of that famed defense that propelled Texas Tech to another level as a program and into the national championship game the last time we had an NCAA tournament.
Want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis. No yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.